Welcome everyone, I'm Ellie, and today I'm going to bear it all. I'm going to expose everything and give you the bare truth about websites that are supposed to be helping you with your English. First, the rules. If any of my videos are ever sponsored, I will tell you. And today's video is not sponsored. Number 2, I will only be reviewing sites that offers games and information that is to help you with the English language in some way. Number 3, I will not be reviewing personal websites that teachers have created. Well, unless they want me to. I have a website, but it's constantly changing and I'm adding new things. And it's meant for a way for students to find some basic information, things like reading or grammar help, or if they just want to send me an email with their questions. Number 4, I will not be reviewing YouTube English channels, at least not now. I want you to watch mine and only mine. Number 5, the websites will be given a ranking between 1 and 5, 1 being terrible and 5 being the best. There are 3 categories. User-friendliness is number 1. Number 2 is the quality of the information. And number 3 is the quantity of the information. People often ask me what dictionary site I use with my students. So today, we're going to talk about 3 of them. My favorite dictionary site would be the Miriam-Webster one. I would say it is user-friendly if you understood English well. There isn't an option to change the language so that you can read the site in another language. They do, however, offer some other dictionaries at the bottom of their page, one in Arabic and one in Spanish, but there's still no way to change the page into a different language. Let's take a look at how they note the pronunciation in writing. Here you can see they do not use the International Phonetic Chart spelling. This is how I learned pronunciation in the US. So this is another reason why I prefer this site compared to an international one or a British one. The quality is fairly concise with what I've seen on other dictionary sites. This one focuses primarily on American English, but it also gives you Southern pronunciation. For example, let's look at these words. Can't. The example of the Southern accent sounds a bit more British than Southern to me.
Can't. 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 Can't.
And this word wash, oh, what did they do with that word? The Southern pronunciation, there is a pronunciation of the word pronounced wash, but I would highly recommend not learning the pronunciation of that unless that's what your focus is on. If you're trying to learn Southern dialects, or if you're trying to learn them because you need to understand them better, then this is the site for you. However, I would recommend going to YouTube and looking up Southern accents on YouTube. There are so many dialects in the English language. I found a website that states that there are 24 dialects in the United States alone. And there are 37 dialects in the UK. In fact, if you go to this link here at the wiki page, you will see there is a list of countries that have English as their official language, and each of these have a dialect. Just think of all of those accents. So I completely understand why online dictionaries have a difficult time deciding what accent to use as an example. But because of the computerized voices and the inconsistent use of them, I'm going to have to give this site a 4 for quality. Number 3. What about quantity? Well, as you can see, there is a lot of information, like the word of the day and quizzes. I love this site because if I need a quick lesson on something, or if I can't think of something unique to do in my class, I can go to this website. Just look at this article on contractions. It has a wonderful short video introduction, and you can also read the script. This works into a great lesson on contractions and accents. That's just one example. There are other articles that talk about words. It's a fun way to build vocabulary and create a discussion. I'd give the quality of information a 5 because there's so much here that you can work with, not just looking up a word and finding out its pronunciation. The next site I'd like to talk about is the Cambridge Dictionary. There are a few differences with this site. Number 1, user friendliness. You can quickly find the search tab and look up a word. And it offers users a way to translate the word quite easily. So I'd give it a ranking of a 5 because it is so easy to use. Number 2. Let's talk about quality with this one. The information again is consistent with other dictionaries I've seen. However, when I looked up the contraction I'm, it showed me instant messaging, the abbreviation IM, no matter what I clicked on. However, when I scrolled down the page, there it was, the definition and pronunciation. I thought this might be a little confusing to someone looking for the contraction, and the first thing they see is instant messaging. With pronunciation, Cambridge also uses a mixture of male and female voices, some with real voices and others are artificial.
Clickbait. Clickbait.
There were several occasions when only the British English example worked. Therefore, I give quality of information a 3 because not all of the features worked. Number 3. I think it's fairly good. I really like the sidebar. There's an option to create your own word list, and as with Miriam-Webster, there's a word of the day. And you can learn about things like idioms and phrases, as well as new words. My favorite section, though, is the grammar section. There isn't a lot of information here, but it does help with the basics. This site doesn't offer any articles, but it is useful to students who want to quickly look up a word. And it seems to be more focused on British English rather than American. So I'd say that the quantity on this site could be a bit better. So I'm giving it a 3.5. And the third site is one that I use quite often. It's called Howjsay. For user friendliness, I'd give this a 4. It doesn't have the translation tab where you can translate the page. However, students might enjoy this because they can use it on their iPhone or an Android. And I like the pronunciation. It gives a nice, clear pronunciation of both American English and British English.
Garage. American garage.
For user friendliness, I'd give this a 4. It doesn't have a translation tab. However, it's easy to use. The search bar is right there. there isn't a lot of ads and things to distract you. The main focus is to help you with the pronunciation. Then it can define the word if you want it to. For quality, I'd give it a 5 because it does exactly what I expect it to do. The definitions are linked to Google Australia, but what I like the most is the pronunciation of the words. The voice is a real person, I think. And it gives both variations of British English and American English. However, on quantity of content, it doesn't offer much of anything else. There isn't any other content here. So based on content, I'd give it a 2. 1 for pronunciation and 1 for outsourcing it to Google Dictionary to define the words. So, what do you think of these sites? Do you agree with what I've said? If not, please post your comments in the comment section below. If you have other suggestions for other dictionary websites, I'd like to hear those as well. And if you liked this video, please remember to like it, click it, and get some more later. And make sure you click that notification bell as well, because I'll be bringing you some more reviews. Oh, and by the way, the thumbnail that I used for this video, that's a good example of clickbait.